Good morning, Turkey. Look at that. Huge city. Kuşadası. Welcome to Turkey. Good morning. We just got off the ship in a new country.
Good morning.
We're in Turkey. So prepare for some puns about lunch meat or Thanksgiving dinners. Yeah, look at that. Look at that over there.
Our first stop will be Turkish Delight outlet place.
Go.
It's just on our way.
We're trying some classic Turkish things.
Turkish Delight.
Look at that baklava. Look at all the Turkish delights. All the fancy lamps. Lots of classic Turkish things. We're really close to Ephesus right now too.
Looking for a handmade carpet. The ladies, they are working around 40 minutes. They actually work on a carpet, always with 10-15 minutes break. And when this tree is starting for this, they have to finish it to the end. Doesn't matter the size, always the same weaver sitting on the same carpet. No different in hand, always the same.
Now Rose weaving the rug.
Yeah, the first one. This one. And then underneath, good, and together, pull together down. Good. You can do it, you can stay.
They're making silk
And
out
now
of
she
the
combines
silk
together, She's
cocoons.
gonna run on the wheel.
Look at
And now
that.
she's gonna turn on the wheel.
Oh.
And now is unraveling the silk from the cocoon.
Wow. That is cool.
Wow.
And for one of the I didn't see that now.
All the finished rugs.
So it's your company or
Yeah.
okay. So what are you selling? So handmade or machine made ones? Going out. It is 2,500 years old.
This pattern is 2,500 years old. It was found in an ice cave in Siberia. There it is. It's the same.
Here it will discover inside the frozen.
We're learning about prices of flooring because we can't escape it. That just brought us here to train us. We're gonna open up a new rug section at Carpets Plus. This is the most expensive one.
And do you use a handmade carpet?
So maybe you've seen before that in the Mediterranean, like in Greece and Turkey, they use a lot of blue, like on their window frames and doormats, roofs. He taught us that's because scorpions see blue as fire and they're afraid to enter. Isn't that so cool?
Ephesus
Up there
all the way.
is St. Paul's Castle because that's where he was imprisoned when he was exiled from Ephesus. Okay, now we're walking up to Ephesus. You know the book of Ephesians in the New Testament? Yeah, that's here. Ephesus. So, we'll show you around. This is Mustafa, our tour guide. Hopefully he can teach us some cool stuff.
If you see them together, you see? It means it got destroyed.
These rocks are original of the city of Ephesus. So literally, Paul and John, the apostles of Christ, walked on those rocks. Man, boy do we have some updates. Okay, so we've learned a lot. Ephesus was a very important city around like 400, 300 BC. And it was right on the Silk trade routes, okay? The Silk Road, which is like what connected Europe to Asia. The city of Ephesus was like the center of it because they would come across the Mediterranean boats and they had a canal that they would come up the canal, had a lot of slaves maintaining it, and people came on the Silk Road all the way through Iran and Turkey, and they ended up here. And they would make trades, and he showed us like this cool basically ritual that they did in the Temple of Hermes. And then basically after that the Romans kind of came in and took over everything. And then for a time Ephesus was like the second most powerful city in Rome, in ancient Rome, until Constantine went to Istanbul and called it the second capital of Rome. And that's kind of what destroyed Ephesus, was when Istanbul was founded and everyone went to there. But crazy history. And so this is one of the 7 churches of Asia that it talks about in the New Testament, where Paul came to preach. And this is also where St. John came with Mary, the mother of Christ, right after, well, his death. And this is where she died. And St. John was exiled to the island of Patmos, which is only about 50 miles from here. We sailed past it last night. That's where he received and wrote Revelation, you know, the book Apocalypsis, Revelations. He wrote that near here. And this is where Paul came and was exiled, and this is also the destination they taught us in like the year 400 something, where the first people basically disagreed with the Roman Catholics, where the Orthodox Church was started because someone said that Jesus was a human and some said he was a god, you know, because his father is God, his mother is human. So the Catholics thought he was also a god, and the Orthodox people thought he was a human. So yeah, lots of crazy history. And we're learning it all. And that's the Arcadian way, where they came in from the canals.
Not every person was willing to do the donation, and one day, one of the Jewish member of the community came and scratched a graffiti on the surface of that step over there. You see the lights? Graffiti of menorah.
Okay, what we just saw and what we're looking at, the Ephesus library, which was the 3rd largest library in the ancient world. Only Alexandria and Egypt and Pergamum, like an hour north of here, were bigger. And Pergamum, an hour north of here, is where modern day paper was invented. Jeez. This kitty is called Garfield of Ephesus.
Oh, sorry.
He has an Instagram account with almost 12,000 followers because he's always here. Right below the amphitheater. We're shopping for leather jackets. There's me in my leather jacket. Not gonna get it. A little expensive. What do you guys think about the spontaneous leather jacket shopping?
You look like an F1 driver.
It's like we're in the Amazing
Max
Race.
Verstappen.
Have to do a detour.
Yeah. With this salesman, Turkish salesman.
Yeah.
The best salesman in the world.
Yep.
Of natural causes and died in Ephesus. There was no one left.
Okay, we're going to the house of the Virgin Mary, which is literally where she came and lived, probably until she died. There's no proof, there's no biblical evidence, but it is believed that she's buried somewhere around this mountain, and that this house that we're going to is where she lived. It's mainly been like revamped and restored, but the floor is still the same and still the same location. So that's pretty crazy. Kind of a sacred Catholic location, so we can't film inside. But believe me, I'll be there. There it is. That's her house. In the beautiful mountains near Ephesus.
So she prays, and I
There's
went
the ocean.
outside. Where immediately I'll tell you how to get where.
This is where St. John was buried.
Because
And then they
probably
used
they were piece of
basically
columns,
rubble
they chopped it off.
from Ephesus.
Look at this wall, for
But
example. You will see
he was only buried there
upside
until
down.
like the year 1200.
You see scriptures upside down.
Yeah.
Look at this. Lots of symbols on this.
We continue for firing process. In our workshop, the other room place, we have gas kiln for firing. Temperature must be 900 to 1000 degrees. And we are waiting for 18 hours. After that, All of pieces looks like this. After that, my aunt redesigned this art.
Mosaic
Right now,
art.
in our workshop is originally serving. And also we have just on top 500,000 pieces. And we have
Holy.
7 layers of this looks like
All this ceramic art. Looks like Puebla.
That's okay.
We're back on board the ship. With a view of Kuşadası out behind us. We're ready to go to dinner and set sail. Dinner is served as we sail by the island of Samos.
Yeah, this is the ring. The ring become outside of the glasses. And then make the
Playing
glasses the
games
same
with
like
Eddie.
this.
What is that outside that window, right?
Okay, post dinner, now we're looking at the island of Samos. What's cool about this island is it is the birthplace of Pythagoras, the guy who made the Pythagorean theorem. And also, it's the birthplace of the first person to suggest that the earth revolves around the sun. And this is the island of Icaria, where Icarus is from. Look, we're going under a bridge. I just woke up at 6:30 to come here. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Over there is Asia. And that bridge goes over to Europe. We're going through the Dardanelles Strait of Turkey at like 6:30 a.m. Here's the view from the back of the ship as we pull away. Okay, we just took a nap. Now it's like 10:15 and we're in the middle of the Sea of Marmara. You can barely see the mainland. That's how big it is. There's parts of Istanbul now in sight. Beautiful. We're at the Mast Grill getting some American food for lunch. What do you think, Dad?
Big city.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that cool tower. Going over to the other side.